Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, Twin Cities by Night. Homecoming is our second story arc that takes place in the spring of 2010 and in Twin Cities, Minnesota. Follow the story of Ophelia, a Toreador played by Alex, Jonathan, a Ventrue played by David, Katao, a Gangrel played by Joaquin, and William, a Ventrue played by Slavic, as they once again find themselves working together to find out who or what is targeting them and those close to them. If you'd like to contact us, you can reach out to us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy.
You spend 3 hours, William. You're sitting there exhausted from using contacts that you know, doing the magic that you do, and you're kind of sitting in your apartment right now, just almost like staring out of your expensive window of your expensive apartment, looking down on the Missouri River or the Minnesota River as it passes by. Lights are kind of dim. You have you're sitting in a kind of like you have two love seats and a couch. Mm-hmm. Both the love seats kind of face the window. You have like the wet bar next to the one that you're at, where you got that concoction you made for your favorite ghoul in the whole wide world. And as you're sitting there looking out the window, out of the corner of your eyes, you catch another figure sitting in the chair next to you, looking straight at you.
Who are you?
And as you turn around and look, because it's kind of hard to make out in the darkness, you hear a voice coming, a female voice saying, "Relax, William, there's nothing to be worried about. I'm just simply here to talk. Trust me, if I wanted you to be dead, you'd been dead by now."
Who are you?
And then as you're making out, you look and you see a hand go out towards the lantern that's by there turned on, and you see Kimberly Harris sitting there.
Shit.
Looking at you.
Oh, man.
She's wearing like gray charcoal suit that she has on, similar to one. She's sitting there looking at you. Her skin is almost like ashen color. While you're noticing, because there's like a 5-second pause, man, where just like tension, you can just feel it, right?
Yeah.
And you're sitting looking at her, and inside you, it's not supernatural in nature, but inside you, you start feeling like a oh my god, she's not even fucking blinking. Like you know, she is not even trying to put on a facade. So she's sitting there looking at you, and she's like, "It's all right, William. I'm just here to talk."
Well, we're talking right now, aren't we?
Yes. I want to know something about you, William, compared to the rest of your group, since I've started noticing you for. Why do you, on one hand, put up this facade of wealth, whatever, and yet another side of you continues to go to mass and confession, seeking forgiveness from some spiritual power?
I'm not sure I'm ready to answer that to someone I haven't talked to ever before.
Well, I can understand that, I suppose. I think it's childish, and it is how I would expect a toddler to act. And in a way, you're a toddler of our kind. So I won't hold that against you. I find it curious that you cling to something that has no matter in the world, and on the other, you cling to something that you have no real idea about, that you have no real perception on. Do you think there's a God out there that is going to forgive you, or that there's something greater or unexplained out there that you don't know?
There has to be.
Why is that?
What would be the point otherwise of anything?
So deep inside, this isn't what's important, right? And she just kind of motions to like your apartment.
I suppose.
And that there's something out there almost, and she moves her right hand like something beyond this thin veil of ours. And it could be God, or it could be him forgiving you, or it could be the angels watching over us. That's one way you want to look at it. Why do you hope that's the case?
Well, I suppose I believe in hope, as silly as it may sound for one of our kind.
You want hope, but yet you have
hope of something better after this life.
You want hope, but then you make a mortal suffer, and you addict him to your vitae, and you take a degenerate who probably 10 years from now, in a blink of my eyes, will be dead, and yet you make him suffer longer for your own personal gain. That's why I'm so interested by you. I'm frankly interested by your whole group.
Well,
I was asleep, and you all kind of helped wake me up.
What do you mean by that?
What if I was to tell you, William, and look past these these horrible stereotypes and these uninformed stereotypes. And what if I told you that there was an ocean, for lack of a better term, primordial ocean, let's say, where everything springs from creation, everything. I don't know if it's God. I don't know what it is, but it's there. All this, us, what we are, all that you don't know about, but soon you will. Let's say it all springs from this ocean, right?
Okay.
Here, and she motions out to the city, currents of that ocean exist that pulls things around here.
Mm-hmm.
Things that you're not even aware of, that you just caught slight glimpses of. I know everything about you, for. I saw when you were embraced. I saw when you came upon that group. I even know that you're hiding the catifs that I am telling people I want to kill. I frankly do not care about them. What I want, and what I'm doing that for, is because I want you to open your eyes. And I'm going to do that through you, William.
Open my eyes to this great primordial ocean.
Yes, to what's going on. And if you already caught a glimpse of it, but yet you turn yourself away, you turn your face away, you act like
what do you mean I caught a glimpse of it?
You've seen glimpses of it. You tell me right now, William, the first time that you felt unease and you decide to ignore the unknown. Think about it.
You mean the Tremere?
That's one instance, right? But yet you try to rationalize it in your head. Matter of fact, you had the conversation with someone the other night, right? And you ignored it. You decided to rationalize it in your head. You decide to play games that, frankly, are beneath our kind, with narcotics and vices of people, simply to ignore what you are.
Well, from my perspective, while supernatural powers do obviously exist, or we wouldn't be here, most phenomena can be explained by non-supernatural means, or simply using the most simple way to explain things.
Things were so simple, William. Why would you be working so hard to ignore them?
Am I working so hard to ignore them?
To me, it seems you are. I just watched you for the last 3 hours try to affect someone by their finances. I see you looking out this window here thinking that this is a blanket of comfort that will protect you from the real feelings that you still are latching onto from your father. I know everything about you. I've been watching you for the whole time. You guys are causing ripples in the ocean that are going to cause change, and change is what needs to happen. Do you know how many forces in this city right now fighting for control of that? I don't even know what it is, though. And that's the funny thing about it. They all call it one thing or another. Or they all think it's one thing or another. And it all corrupts, though. And the city is corrupting that ocean. It's corrupting creation.
Yeah, I'll just, put my fingers in my eyes and just, you need to be more concrete. What are you talking about? I'm talking
about there's a reality beyond what you know, William. And I'm telling you that you can see it. Now I'm telling you your group is affecting it. Now I'm telling you that there's forces in the city that are trying to tap into it. And in doing that, they are ruining what the city used to be and the paradise that what it was. I thought to escape it. I was tired. I wanted to sleep. I was like you, William.
Say that
I tried to hide it.
I don't.
Yes.
But say that if I will. What do you want from me?
What do you
want me to do about this sea?
First, I'm going to open your eyes, and you are going to see. And then you're going to watch, William, because I am the person who's responsible for those 4 that are enlightening you guys, that are testing you, and that are going to open all of your eyes. Right now, 2 of your group are going to investigate, and they're probably going to find answers right now. And you're not going to say a single thing until they get the answers. And when the moment's right, then you can speak upon them. But understand, William,
that this is all for the greater good. Or...
No, she's just talking to you right now.
Okay.
And I know in your head right now, you feel like you're afraid. And you want to right now probably tell them and warn them. But no harm's going to come to them right now. Just understand that you're going to be doing the greater good for them. You're going to help make them understand too, William. And you're going to lead them down the right path. And you're going to stop the things in the city that need to be stopped. And those 4 that have been doing those things to you, and I hope you can see past person of yours who was killed that you simply treat like cattle, even though you try to explain it and try to rationalize it by acting like there's some emotional connection to them. The price is worth it. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
I don't think so.
Oh, you will. You will, William. What is your perception plus self-control?
Me? Oh, perception 3 and self-control 4, so 7.
Out of character, and it's not bad. I'm not forcing you against your way. This is all First of all, I am not the type of storyteller who's like, I'm going to dominate you and make you attack people. None of that shit. So this isn't bad. This is all to progress the story, right, William?
Yeah.
So what I did right now was Dementation 2, The Haunting. So I'm going to read the description of it, all right, for those watching and other players. The vampire may stir sensory center of his victim's brain, flooding the victim's senses with vision, sound, sense, or feelings that aren't really there. The images, regardless of the sense to which they appeal, are only fleeting glimpses, barely perceptible to the victim. The vampire uses dementation control, cannot control what the victim perceives, but may choose what sense is affected. The haunting effects occur mainly when the victim is alone and mostly at night. They may take the form of the subject's repressed fears, guilty memories, or anything else the storyteller finds dramatically appropriate. The effects are never pleasant or unobstructive, however. The effects are never pleasant or unobstructive, however. Storyteller should let her imagination run wild when dealing with a sensory impression. The victim may well feel as if she is going mad or as if the world is. And we're going to go for the later, the world is going mad, right? Since she got 6+ successes, here, this is going to affect William for 1 year.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
So basically what happened right there is that, and we're going to be creative with this, all right? So what I am trying to get her to do is when she is convincing you, and the best way I can explain it, if we were to tear down this reality, right? Like right next to you, it's like wallpaper. And you're to tear that wallpaper down and look beyond, it would almost be like complete darkness, but like an ocean that you can kind of make out with slight waves. You know what I mean? Just like pure abyss almost, you know? And from there, there's power that can be tapped in, whatever. And it's especially here, it's more corrupt than anywhere else, where usually it's a force of creation. Here it's tainted in the Twin Cities area. So we're going to have it to whenever you like, you know, as a kid, did you ever do it as a kid where like you look real quick, like from the, like move your eyes real quick and look and think you'd catch something that isn't there? You know what I mean? Like almost, that's how you're noticing it, especially at night. Like, and we're going to say the senses that are affected are your sight. So you may see, like, think you look over there and you see like the fabric rip the reality and see like blackness or see like some kind of ocean thing or whatever. One other thing that she told you to reiterate, that the whole Katif thing's a front. She threw that one. It was just a sacrificial lamb to get the point across. She embraced the 4 to fucking awaken you 4, to kind of bring out what needs to be brought out in you 4 in her own way, so you guys can be more enlightened to what's going on and the fucked up shit that's going on in the city, and realize that there is something like really greater than the minor shit that you guys are trying to cling to. This is her theme. She thinks that there's something out there. She thinks it's been corrupted. She knows, she didn't say names of who's like tipping into it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But she thinks you guys can somehow, not in a superhero, so you guys aren't like in D&D, but she feels that you are the unknown that can be thrown in there to fucking shake things up. She gets up before she leaves, and you're kind of sit there like, William, you're kind of like, just not like paralyzed against your will, but just it's sensory overload. And she kind of like grabs the side of your head, and she like kind of like comes within an inch of you, and she's like to your forehead, and then just walks off. And you're left in this dark room, scared shitless, seeing things out of your. And I'll let you, if you want to get creative and be like, this is what William's seeing right now. You know what I mean? This is what he's dealing with. Run with it, man. All right, because this is an open invitation to you.
So the lights are off. So he's sort of, looking over his shoulder, always not quite, like almost seeing it, but just not there. And he's just trying to quickly turn the lights on, make the darkness go away, so to speak.
Exactly. There you go.
After he turns it on, it's still there.
That's like some amount of it's still there. That's a good thing too. And maybe it can even drive you to be like more like, fuck, I want to, you know what I mean? Like, what is this shit? What, like, there's something greater than all of us out there.
I think I'll pick up my phone and I'll call, I guess, Ophelia.
Okay.
Well, never mind. I'll, hang up.
I'll look at my phone, like puzzled for a second, and look at Jonathan while he's driving, and be like, "That was William, but he didn't really have much to say."
Sounds normal.
Now we'll go to William and Ophelia and Dave. You guys are driving to Twin Cities mental health specialist. It is by a hospital that Dave is by St. Mary's Hospital. It's kind of like part of the same facility. This is where way back in session 1, Catal and William fucking went and talked to the
mortuary worker,
the mortuary guy, and then fucking Dave went in there and fucking FBI agent Callan is fucking showed his first. So you guys are heading over there. Scenes on you guys.
We'll get out the car and shut the door. Oh, sorry.
You seem a little preoccupied.
Well, I saw my friend Brian blow his brains out, and now I don't know what the hell's going on with Star, but it seems like she's killed Bugs, and then she's called me up and seems to be in some kind of danger. I'm just a bit shook. But I'll be okay.
Don't get hung up on the little shit.
Exactly. I just want to focus on this and take my mind off it. So let's do this.
Yeah, so this place is actually kind of like when you think of like state of the art, modern like mental facilities. This isn't like Arkham Asylum or fucking, you know what I mean? Like lightning's in the background and there's gargoyles on there. This is actually modern day architecture, really nice fucking upkept. It looks like it has like 3 stories, you know, a lot of glass because that's like the new fucking fad when it comes to architecture. It seems like in the last 10 years or 20 years, fucking real good green front area with like kind of hills, little areas with like benches, what do they call those? Gazebos, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people can go and sit and everything like that. It actually kind of has a really nice view of the Mississippi River, you know, where people can sit out there if they want to. You guys pull up in the parking lot. Obviously there's not a lot of cars, but there are some cars there. You can kind of see on the top level there are lights on, so there may be like people there who need to get treatment for what do they call it in care treatment or whatever for whatever they're dealing with. But you see as you walk up to the front doors.
And I'm sure you're going to have like supervision too, like 72-hour supervision for, God, I forget what the name of the code is.
Yeah, for like the suicidal people or whatever, like when police arrest them and everything. Yeah, stuff like that. So you see as you come up on the front, there's obviously like a desk, and they have like, you know, paid security there and shit like that, you know. And they don't obviously show the orderlies or anything like right when you walk in because they want to give like a warm feeling to the entrance for people who are going there to get help, or they don't want to be like, hey, look at these are orderlies and, you know, stuff like that. So so it seems like a very clean, professionally ran place like that. So
and I'll be carrying my cup of Starbucks.
You guys walk in, you see there's 2 security guards. One's an African American guy, the other's a Native American guy, clean cut. It's around 7 in the evening.
I'm gonna flip open my badge, and I need to speak with, and I'm sure we have the name of that bitch, right?
No, you guys don't have any name of a doctor. You just know that what's his name, had letters to come here to look at here, Chris Melkin, and you know that Brian Moore was seen here, was going here or had phone calls here. So
sure.
But there's
Brian
no
Moore,
names yet.
Okay.
Brian Moore's the reporter.
Yeah. I need to speak with the individual in charge on duty right now.
Give me 1 second here. And you see him pick up the phone down. Yes. Yep. Can I have Dr. Williams come down here, please? Yeah, we have 2 agents here talking. So, yeah, I don't know what this entails, but definitely I would say it's probably important to get him down here. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, he'll be down in a couple minutes. Is that okay? You guys can have a seat over there if you want.
I'll stand.
Okay.
I shall also stand.
Okay. So, yeah. And you see him go sit down.
I'll stare at him the whole time.
Yeah, and as a Native American you were talking to, you see him, he goes to the black guy. They're like talking. You just kind of see them looking because it's not every day an FBI agent comes and asks to talk to someone here. So they're just kind of like, it's this weird, like little, like there's you two are staring at them and they're like, pss, 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 obviously talking about you guys. Just wondering what's going on. You hear an elevator ding kind of like behind their desk, opening up, and you see a guy come walking out. He's wearing like tan Docker slacks, you know, some brown leather shoes, and he has a navy blue sweater on over it. And he comes walking up, has a little badge. It says, you know, Dr. David Williams, and he comes up in gray hair, kind of slicked back, and he's walking towards you guys. And he's like, I believe that you were looking to talk to me?
That would be correct. I have an understanding that what's that asshole's name?
Christopher Merkin is the rapist.
Merkins. Yeah, we need all the records that you have for Merkins, Christopher Merkins.
Well, there's HIPAA laws. I just can't hand it out. Do you guys have a warrant or anything like that?
Well, I can take you down to the police department, and they can fill out everything you want to know why you're protecting a murderer and a rapist. So you're under obligation to share any and all information with us if it could potentially lead to the endangerment of innocent lives, which in this case it does. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask you to assist us with all expedients in this matter before it leads to additional lives being lost.
Well, first, I am not the care provider for this Christopher Merkin. It might be another associate of mine who works here. And again, I just can't give out their information without HIPAA. And I'm sure if his treatment provider felt that he was a threat, that they would have followed the proper measures, I guess, to go forward with it. So,
okay, so give me that individual's name.
HIPAA information also. I can't even really acknowledge if you...
Actually, I think you can completely give me the information of the person that's responsible for his care.
Again, that's HIPAA, but you want to do a roll? We could do a roll where you can kind of like try to, throw some law shit at him and he can try to...
Let's do that.
All right, cool. We'll do, you do a manipulation and law, and he'll do a perception and law. So with him, that's 5 because he's really perceptive because he's a shrink, but he only has 1 dot in law,
Okay. And I'm going to use my voice, obviously, to be as precise as possible.
Yeah, it's difficulty 6 for him. 6 for him and 4 for you. You got 2 successes.
Oh, 3 successes.
Ophelia, you're standing there as Dave is just like rattling off federal code, blah, 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 blah. And the guy's like...
And making up some things in there, too.
Yeah, at first, the guy's giving like a little bit of fight back, and then after a while, you just see he's like, okay, I'm losing this battle. You know what I mean? It's like, well,
Subsection C, paragraph 5 of the statute states that...
I can't give you the information here, obviously, but if you'd like to come to my office, I can look it up.
Absolutely.
All right, yeah, please follow me. And he kind of takes you to the elevator, and you see him hit floor 2. Floor opens up, and you kind of see there's hallways with like office doors, and they have different doctors' names on there and shit like that, And he walks into his door, it's open. You see like little plants and bookshelves with like books of different, medical stuff, and just kind of cluttered a little bit. He sits there, comes up upon his computer, and he's like, "Go right." So, what was the gentleman's name again?
Christopher Merkins. And
he's there typing away. He's like, all right, so what do you want to know his care provider?
I'm going to look into his eyes and go, it's really late at night, and I can see that you are so tired. He you should take a nap.
All right, so I'd say like difficulty 5 with your enchanting voice.
So he's got a willpower 7?
No, he has a willpower 5, and I'm saying difficulty 3 with...
Okay.
It's difficulty 3 for you, yeah.
Dominate command is going to be manipulation, intimidation, so I'm going to have 7 dice. I've got 3 successes.
He's like, yeah, a nap would be good, and he just kind of sits back, and he's out in his chair,
I'm going to roll him back gently, and then I'm going to get in and start pulling up all the information on Merkins.
All right.
Is there anyone else in the room except for the sleeping guy?
No, because it's evening time, and he's probably he's the on-call doctor in case any of the the patients upstairs are.
I'm just going to say to Jonathan, all right, while you do that, I'm just going to make the most of this opportunity. I'm going to start feeding on him.
I'm going to look at her like a little bit of surprised and just kind of ignore it.
Yeah. What's your blood pool at right now?
I'm only on 4, so that's why I'm kind of making the most of the opportunity because it's like, shit, I need to feed. I'm not passing this one up.
3? Okay, so you got 7.
So we're in his office. Does he have any like syringes or medical supplies laying around?
No, not in his office, no.
Gotcha, sure.
It'd probably be upstairs or, you know what I mean? This is just a shrink's office. That's what this is.
Gotcha.
So, you see a bunch of books and shit like that, but that's about it. So, all right, you are in the computer. What are you trying to look for?
Everything on this guy.
So you're able to find a patient file for him. So, yeah.
All right, I'm going to print it out.
All right.
All of it. Take a look at it and read this shit. What do they got? Who's this guy been seeing? When was the last time you'd seen somebody? What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an overview of what it says, and then if you want something more, you can ask, and I'll tell you if it's in there or not. Quick overview. Basically, he first did time in prison for inappropriate sexual relations with a minor when he was like 19 with a 14-year-old. Then he did time for that, got out of in prison. When he was in prison, he actually got charged a couple times for sexual assault while in prison, got out. Yeah, became to actual rape, went back in, did about 10 years, came out, and he was on court-ordered. Basically, he had to go to court-ordered therapy. He actually was starting the process of getting chemically castrated. Yeah, he was on his second treatment of 5 until he just stopped showing up last week. He's only been out of prison for a month when all this started. And his care provider's name is Brendan Peters. All right, let's get the personal information for his caretaker.
Okay, yeah. Brendan Peters is on staff. You have an address for him. That's in kind of in the suburbs. Nope, not working tonight, but he hasn't shown up for work though for like about 2 weeks.
Imagine
been able to contact him and everything.
All right, let's go. I'll write down his address.
Okay.
We were meant to be looking for Brian Moore's.
Yeah, you do find a file for Brian Moore actually, and you do find that he was actually going here cognitive placement therapy for PTSD issues that he had while serving in the Marine Corps in Iraq. That he was going to the VA, but he wasn't getting what he felt was adequate treatment. So he was trying this CPT therapy. So that's what he was looking for there, or that's what he was doing there. And his treatment provider was Brendan Peters.
Same guy.
All right, same guy. Like
he thought
close
you were
out everything and leave it on the desktop. Like his desktop was opened up. All right, thank you on a sticky note and put it on his forehead. Let's go.
Messing with the shrink's head.
All right, so we'll say at this time you're all caught up on the same timeline. In your apartment, like trying to control your freak out. Again, you can run with it however you feel. Even if you want to slip into like normal interactions or, you know what I mean? Or the way you interpret shit.
Yeah.
This is just my open invitation to you to be like, welcome to the Twilight Zone, man.
Well, the first thing I'm going to be doing, I guess, is I'm going to be compulsively opening doors. Like, trying to look into there, like, where is this sea? Is it here or what? What's happening, you know?
Like, okay, so that says one sense, but I would love to really throw a storyteller. I would like to make it vision and hearing, you know, so like maybe you can kind of hear like a slight, like a wave a little bit, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or like water, you know what I'm saying? A little bit or something to that extent to add to the anxiety that you're feeling, you know, like you open the door, but then out of like your left ear, you kind of hear like a little slight wave crashing and you're like, what the fuck? And you see a shadow and shit like that, you know?
Yeah. I think in a sudden moment of clarity, I think I'll want to contact Cynthia.
Okay. Do you have Cynthia's number or the only way you
so. I think I'll call Ophelia.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Ophelia, your phone rings.
Hello?
Hey, Ophelia. You got Cynthia there somewhere?
I'm actually out at the moment. She's back at Jonathan's.
Great. Could you give me a number?
Sure. I'll pass the number over.
Could you repeat that? I couldn't hear it. It was something. Sorry.
I'll give him the number over.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, cool. So you got the phone number.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll call her definitely. Hello, Cynthia. Is it?
Yeah. Who's this?
This is William. You know.
What are you? Is Ophelia with you?
No, she isn't. She actually gave me this number. I just wanted to ask you something.
Oh.
How do you deal with this?
Deal with what?
With all these senses during, when you have your visions or, when you see things.
Heroin. Like, that drugs, but it doesn't really... Wait, why are you asking? Do you need to talk? You sound like something's wrong.
No.
Do you want to come over here? Because Ophelia, I think, is angry at me. And if you could give me advice, I could give you advice. If you want to come over here to John's house, Carlos is just kind of like sitting at the table by himself. Do you want to come over here and talk?
I'm not sure if I can drive.
I don't know. You sound like you're tripping out a little bit. Listen to me. Go get some fresh air. Be around people and lights. And just come over here if you can. Call a cab if you have to, okay?
Okay.
All right. You basically notice this when you kind of get into the hallway, and you're at first you're kind of like, oh, I'm hearing it, but then when you get around people, it kind of zeroes in a little bit. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? It doesn't have such an impact on you, you know. But when you're around people, then it leaves your head to start going like, what is it? What is that I'm hearing? You know what I mean? Like it's not a fear thing because you're not alone with it anymore. You know what I mean? But it sparks like a sense of curiosity in a way.
Hello, folks. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded, one which wouldn't be drowned out by random posts and discussion, so that your media could get the attention you want? Well, We have the answer for you in a Facebook group we run called White Wolf RPGs Gameplay and Media. The group is specifically ran with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. We are currently over 1,000 members strong, and we are continuing to rapidly grow with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there.